Okay, good morning for me for the day 3.1 of my gentle strength training plan. So today is going to be a little bit of a mix, but mostly lower body work, few upper body here and there, of course when I come into plank, full body. So to begin, we're going to go into a bicep curl into an overhead press. We'll do 12 to 15 of those. And for me, this is my kind of like morning wake up after walking the dogs. So make sure that you are loose stretched before you hit play for real on this. Again, going for 12 to 15. I'm at 12, I'll go for 15. And since this first intro series of these 8 exercises is all about kind of seeing where we are, kind of keeping the weights a little bit in range in my comfort zone to see how much I can do since it's been a while. So if you need to up your weights on that, lower your weights, of course, just kind of explore what best suits you. And we will go into a sumo squat, 10 to 12. And 12. Next up is curtsy lunges. I don't know why this is one of my favorites. So if you've never done a curtsy lunge, it's a step back behind you as if you are curtsying and coming down just into that lower position. Kind of do a knee tap in the back of my Achilles. It's 8 to 10. Adding 2 more just for me. These are my favorites, so I used to crank them out so many times. And we'll move on to the other side. Make sure you're nice and even. So if you went for 8, 10, or 12 or more. And 12. Almost got in the zone to forget where I was. Next up is our B stance RDLs. So B stance, our shins are still and knees are in a line. I guess more knee upper body. Just taking our toes back. So for this one, for me, it's less, and we are doing, before I get into it, 10 to 12. This one is less about, the reason this is in here is less about the glute, although this does do the glute, but it's kind of working balance, which is really important. So you can do a traditional Russian deadlift if you prefer, and that's totally fine. But for me, the reason I snuck this in is all about focusing on kind of like one leg balance. Still have that toe behind me, but building that confidence back into my body of balancing on one leg. Wasn't very easy for the past couple of years like it used to be. And 12 for this side. Moving on to the next. Didn't really count too well on the other side, so I hope I'm even as I get to 12. And 12 for that. Option 2, take a break if you need. Get some water, some tea, anything that your body needs. And from here, we'll actually come in to a side plank with some leg lifts. So first variation is laying on the ground. We did this on day 1. You can take a weight to add some resistance for that top leg. You can also come into a full side plank in yoga. See if you can lift that leg. Going for more exploratory on this one, not necessarily full height yet. We also want to just work on engaging the muscles. We'll go for 12 to 15, which in my head right now seems like a lofty goal, but we'll see where we're at. I'm starting on my left side just because it is a little bit weaker, so I want to see where this side can achieve and it will balance out. Maybe my stronger side, we'll see. And I'm at 10. Kind of collapsing into my hips a little bit. And 15. Not the best body mechanics at the end, so probably should have ended at 12. And let's take this on the other side. Let that heat go with an open mouth sigh. And I'll switch to this right side, left side for you, anything, just switching sides. And one more for me. Coming back down. Coming into a box, just loosening up the hips with a few hip circles. Taking 3 in each direction. And since we're all in our box, we'll make this last yoga piece a little bit more into a flow. Shift your weight forward, inhale, exhale, come into your down dog. On your inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, walk to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise into your chair. Pelvis tucks under. Squeeze those ankle, knees, and thighs. Activate those yogi toes, rocking back just a little bit on those heels. And for this one, on your inhale, rise into your toes. We'll rock forward and back a couple times. Exhale back to those heels. Inhale to those toes. Exhale, drop those heels. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, heels. Inhale, take the hands high. Exhale, hands to your side body. Give both legs a nice little shake. Rooting down into your right foot. Step your left leg back long into warrior 2 stance. So toes point to the long side of the mat. Bend into that right knee. Open up the arms. Roll the shoulder blades down and away. On your exhale, side angle. Next, exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. Take your left hand down the left leg or to the small of your back. Reach that right arm long, really opening up through the side body. Exhale, side angle. And inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale to our warrior 2. Exhale, hands to our hips. Turn the right toes alongside the mat. Left toes turn to the left. Warrior 2 stance on this side. Add the arms. Next, exhale, side angle. Left hand comes down. Block to your knee. Exhale, warrior 2. Just make sure we have our stance before we get into that flow. And inhale, reverse right hand slides down or grabs a bind behind your lower back. But most importantly, really reaching that left arm back and away. exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Hands to your hips, straighten into that left knee, and slowly step back to the top of your mat. We'll move in to our warrior three balance. Inhale, take the hands high. Exhale, hands to heart center, balancing into a foot of your choice. And slowly reaching that heart forward as you lift that leg. Making a nice, as best as possible, T shape with your body. So from here, we're taking a little bit of a movement into another posture. Inhale, slowly come up. Lift the knee to the chest. Cross the ankle over the standing leg's knee. And on your exhale, have a seat into your figure four chair. Inhale, slowly stand up. Drop that right leg. Give both legs a nice little shake, or the leg that was in the figure four. Inhale, take the hands high. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll switch our leg that's rooted down. And slowly shift your chest forward, kicking up that opposite leg, creating a nice little T shape into our warrior three. And inhale, slowly come up, bring that knee to chest, cross your ankle over that standing knee, figure four. Exhale, have a seat in your chair. And inhale, slowly lift up, unravel that leg, give both legs a nice little shake. We'll come back into our plank. Inhale, take the hands high. On your exhale, reach that chest forward, fold all the way down. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, walk to the back of your mat into your plank. Option to stay high on your hands or lower down to your forearms and begin a plank. And drop down to those knees. Press back to your child's pose. Traditional knees together or wide leg, knees wider than your mat. And we'll take this series all again. Grabbing your weights. We'll do our overhead press. Again, 10 to 12. And we'll hop into 15 for me. And we'll come into our sumo squat for another 10 to 12. And we'll slowly lift up, come into our curtsy lunges. 10, 12, 15, anything that feels good. Anything that challenges your body just a little bit towards the end. Nice job. For me, I'm gonna go ahead and switch to my other side. Going for 15, even out. And we'll take our B stance RDLs. Take a moment if you need, pause. And this one is 10 to 12 again. Going for 12. And getting into the other side right away. Again, I like to add a little cardio to my weight routine, but take a break as you need. And we will put the weights away for the rest of the session so you've earned some yoga work. We'll move into our side planks. Remember 12 to 15 leg raises. And rolling over to switch sides. Trying to remind myself not to collapse into my shoulder or my hip as well. I'm gonna fight for these last 3. And roll over into a box. Take some hip circles. Three each direction, each side. And from our box, we'll make our way into downward facing dog. Exhale. On your inhale, bend your knees. Walk to the top of your mat. Try to switch those feet. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise into your chair. Pelvis tucks under. Ankle, knees, and thighs squeeze as best as possible. Inhale, rise to those toes. Exhale, heels. Inhale, toes. Exhale, heels. Back to those toes. Heels. Inhale, take the hands high. Exhale, hands to heart center. From here, swing out our right leg this time. Warrior 2. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, back to warrior 2. Hands to those hips. We'll turn to the other side. Left toes point to the long side. Right toes point away. Come into that warrior 2 stance. Flowing this one right away rather than doing those 2 intro movements. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Last series. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Hands to those hips. Step to the top of our mat. This time, moving into our warrior three to figure four. Inhale, take the hands high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Fold into that T, warrior three. Inhale, use your core and hip flexors. Lift that knee to your chest. Cross into that figure four. Have a seat. Inhale, slowly stand up. Shake out that leg. We'll take this on the other side. Inhale, take the hands high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Warrior three. Fold into the T. Inhale, come through standing. Cross the ankle over that standing knee. Figure four. And have a seat. Nice job. On your inhale, slowly come up to standing. Take the hands high. Give the legs a nice little shake. And we'll fold down. Exhale. Halfway lift. Inhale. Plant those hands down. Walk, try with that opposite foot into your plank. And we'll do our last pose here, our plank hold. Forearms or hands. And drop to those knees. Exhale. Press back into your wide leg child's pose. Or traditional. Inhale, slowly come up to a comfortable sit. And from here, make sure you take a cool down that is truly supportive of your body, how it feels. Maybe because we ended on plank, your shoulders need a little twisting, a little stretch, a little openness. Find those that best support you. But most importantly, thank you for being my virtual accountability buddy and joining me into this gentle strength series. It's keeping me motivated, so I really, truly appreciate it. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.